Well, we are starting to finally get there, and even though we have been on this linear track from every level ever since the train crash in the bottom of the mansion, I still don't understand why Rebecca or Billy couldn't have figured out a different exit path they could have taken before going down like 300 feet below ground into the factory, into the laboratory, into the final area, where we hopefully are now since things are getting conclusionary. But couldn't she have gone back to the training facility and looked around for a front door? I'm sure there would have been something to lead you back to somewhere in the Arclay Mountains so you could just escape properly. I mean, your entire goal in this game has been escape, and it doesn't seem like you're taking it seriously, and your punishment is having to fight the Proto-Tyrant again out of nowhere. I'm sure this is going to be a Capcom type thing for the entire Resident Evil series, but what the hell is this boss fight just appearing randomly in the middle of an otherwise unseemly level 4? They didn't even design this hallway around the Proto-Tyrant, which is kind of a dick move, because for what the Proto-Tyrant is actually capable of, not giving you an adequate amount of space to fight it with is pretty dickish. But I suppose Capcom did give some of that back by finally allowing us to fight one of the bosses with both characters. Therefore, the Proto-Tyrant ends up getting so stun-locked by the stupid AI that just keeps firing and firing and firing, ammo be damned, that it really doesn't put up much of a fight, but you shouldn't take it less seriously because of that fact. If you are going to let the Proto-Tyrant take an inch, then you are going to end up getting half your health cut off by his goddamn spike arm. For out-of-nowhere bosses, Proto-Tyrant isn't too bad. He doesn't really screw the level or screw the progression in any real way, although if you aren't on top of your game, which is a very likely thing to happen for a boss that you literally could not see coming until you hit the cutscene, you are going to be taking damage for very little to zero reward. I do appreciate getting to fight the Proto-Tyrant again. He was one of the best baddies and the best bosses that Resident Evil 0 had to offer. And the whatever level this is called does have a few more resources than the training facilities. So it's not like you're going to be completely caught short on this one. It's just, it seems a bit downplayed, undernote, underwhelming. It's just, I kind of expected a bit more. The Proto-Tyrant still looks pretty awesome, but considering his arena and his attack style in the rematch, he does look and appear to be really dopey. His AI is not accustomed to fighting in such a narrow place, along with the actual characters, which again shows the importance of designing your boss arenas around your boss's attacks. It's what helps create the set-piece atmosphere, the set-piece feel of a boss fight. Because if you don't, you get something half-cocked like this. And really, Capcom, you could have done so much more with the Proto-Tyrant. He's part of the Tyrant project, and yes, he is literal garbage to Umbrella. But after going through the first boss fight, you could have redone his design to be more damaged, be more gruesome. You could have redone his entire attack scheme to incorporate this broken down body that might be full of tentacles, spikes, eyeballs, and I don't know, just a completely bisected body attached by his heart. Like, there were so many ideas that you could have gone with this. Just seeing the Proto-Tyrant again is kind of a letdown, even though I really like the Proto-Tyrant. He is such an intimidating enemy. But when you completely screw over his AI and his attack patterns by putting him in an arena that he is not accustomed to at all, what was intimidating in the past becomes dopey, goofy, ridiculous, and just a giant joke of what he was. And what he was in the past wasn't exactly super horror on every level. It's a decent idea, but this is the only boss fight that we're going to get in the level, and it's just kind of underwhelming, something that didn't necessarily need to be there. It's nice to have, but I think for the little reward that we got in defeating the Proto-Tyrant twice, I think we probably could have left it out of the final version.